All right, everybody. Sorry if you just tried to join me on a live stream. My phone seems to be lagging for some reason, and yeah, it didn't work properly. But anyway, Sevilla and Manchester United had just drawn 0-0. Grabbed a draw in the first leg of our away tie with them, and I guess you would say that's a decent result, all in all. Draw away from home, first leg in a difficult atmosphere. And Jose Mourinho he got what he set up for, essentially, and it's a classic Jose Mourinho European away performance, isn't it, really? I'm never comfortable with 0-0 draws, especially when we're away first, because you have the advantage. And I always think you should grab an away goal, or just try your best to grab an away goal, because it gives you such a foothold in the tie. And we've seen it many times at Old Trafford where we've got 0-0 in a away leg, come back and the other team have scored, and it really puts you on the back foot, really screws you over. So I would have liked to have seen a bit more attacking intent from Manchester United. And I've got to say, I don't want to jump on the bandwagon or sound like I'm jumping on the bandwagon of moaning about style of play, etc., etc. I do feel we're in a bit of a lull at the moment in terms of our form, where we're struggling to control games on the front foot. Half of that is tactical, no doubt about it. But I feel like we've just got to show a little bit more intent. What we've got to remember is that is Sevilla, relatively struggling team in Spain at the moment. And if we're going to go there and perform like that, then, I'm not confident about going away to any of the bigger teams if we manage to get through, which hopefully we will. But, going to a Madrid or a Munich or a Barcelona, obviously it doesn't stand you in good stead, because the fact was it was a defensive performance in a way, especially in that first half. You could tell that the tactics were to play it long up to Lukaku, hold it up, which is fair enough. I'm not against that tactic at all, but we just didn't manage to create anything. There was no fluidity with our play up front, and even though defensively, people would say it's a defensive performance. Our defence, we were cut open at times. I mean, Sevilla should have had 2 or 3 goals, really. I mean, what more can you say about David De Gea? He's just an immense goalkeeper. We've been very lucky in my lifetime, especially to see 2 of the greatest goalkeepers I think that have ever lived and played for United, which is obviously Peter Schmeichel and Edwin van der Sar. Peter Schmeichel I got to see many, many times live at Old Trafford, and for me will always be the king of goalkeepers. But the more you watch David De Gea, he is such a wonderful goalkeeper. You almost say that he's above him, because the fact is both those goalkeepers played in front of fantastic defences. And you can't say that's the same for David De Gea now or for the last 5 years. I know we've had a lot of clean sheets this year, but we're very lucky that we've got him, because I gave him his due at the weekend, even though I've criticised him a lot. Chris Smalling is a liability at the back. Quite frankly, I hate to be down about a player, but the sooner he goes, the better, because he should be nowhere near starting in that defence. I thought we had real trouble with the wings tonight. I thought we really struggled on both sides, to be fair. But having Ashley Young at left back again, it just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work for me, and I don't know if it's a tactical thing or a confidence with Luke Shaw. Obviously, we've got Chelsea at the weekend, so maybe he's only thinks he can play a game in a week. But for me, I can't. I'd have Luke Shaw every day over Ashley Young. I thought that those were the 2 real weak points, and I thought we were quite lucky to get away without conceding tonight. Unfortunately about Ander Herrera coming off early, because I think that did change the game a little bit. Obviously, been lots of rumours about Pogba and why he was dropped, and about his illness. Got to say, he had moments tonight, but he didn't look 100%, did he? He didn't look like he was particularly on the front foot. So I do think that illness was true. It's always the press that make out that it isn't anyway, so why shouldn't it be? But I think he didn't look 100% ready for tonight. We did show some more intent in the second half when we tried to play through them a little bit, especially Raul Sanchez on the left. Lukaku kept coming out wide, which obviously leaves a hole in the middle, but it did open up the play a little bit, and we started to get a little bit more success. And when Martial and Rashford came on, that's when we looked the most dangerous. You could probably say because they're a bit leggy at that time, so that's perfect time to bring them both on. But I thought they showed good intent, and Rashford, I think he looks really sharp considering he's been out for a while. So I'm looking forward to seeing him back in a little bit more in the team. McTominay again, I thought nothing, obviously nothing wondrous in terms of his performance, but I thought it was another solid performance from him. Really decent, and I just think he looks comfortable in that midfield. I don't want to compare him to people compare him to Darren Fletcher. I think he is more of a Fletcher. People said as well he's a bit Tom Cleverley-ish. I don't think he is. I think he's a bit more assured than Tom Cleverley. Don't give the ball away. That's what I like about him. He keeps the ball. He does all the good stuff, and he's happy to play out of tight positions. He's neat and tidy. I really do like the lad, and I think that might be the way that we go forward in game. Again, we've got options. This is the great thing about the squad. We've got options, but I just feel like we're not capitalising on the attacking options that we've got, because if we would a bit more like, you watch Sanchez at times, he's much more direct. If we were like that on the front foot, I feel like we would probably blow teams out of the water a little bit. Anyway, not to be too negative, just when you sat through 90 minutes of it, you're like, fucking hell. So yeah, good result in the end, 0-0. Hopefully it means we can come back to Old Trafford and put in a sterling home European performance, get the win. And we have Chelsea on Saturday, which is going to be a tough game, but we got to win it. It's as simple as that. If we want to keep pushing forward for this second place, sack City now. You've got to win your games. That is what's important. And we've got to beat Chelsea at home. We did it last season, and I feel like we need to do it this year. So interesting what he does squad wise. Hopefully we'll see Eric Bay back. Please let me see Eric Bay back. I don't care who it's with, as long as, well, preferably I'll be happy to see him with Lindelof, but I'm not sure Josie will go with him in the Premier League game, and Luke Shaw, of course. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little review. Please share and subscribe. I always ask it, I know. Got a few new subscribers as well this week, which is great. Thank you for joining in. So catch me on here. I'll be reviewing the game usually after or the day after, and also hopefully I'll be making a little appearance on United on YouTube on Full Time Devils. So be sure to check that channel out as well. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's Gordon Taggart, Taggart, and I will see you next time.